Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about a wicked problem that affects inmates in society. Well, what exactly is a wicked problem? A wicked problem is a cultural or social problem that is very difficult to solve. Today we will be talking about why there are barriers to mental health care in prisons and why prisons are becoming the new asylums. Inmates stuck in prisons are not getting the correct outpatient care in which they need to treat their mental illness. In order to successfully attempt to find solutions for wicked problems, there must be knowledge of medicine, politics, technology, science, economics, and statistics, amongst many others. It takes integrative teamwork and, most importantly, dedication and persistence to actually solve the wicked problem.
Inmates who have a mental illness are more likely to have an encounter with the police and are now being sent to prison without getting treatment. The issue with this is that prisons often do not have the proper facilities to properly treat those who have a mental illness, since the prisons cannot keep up with the large inmate population. Since the number of inmates in prisons have exploded nationwide, the prisons cannot keep up with the simple task of cleanliness, never mind the care of those who are mentally ill.
There are many barriers that are preventing inmates from getting the correct treatment, such as funding, mental health professionals not being trained properly and knowing how to help inmates with mental illnesses, and stigma that is involved with mental illness. Funding is being controlled by the government for inmate health care, and the government does not have the money to fully give inmates the correct treatments they deserve. Instead of wasting the taxpayers' money as well as government funds, they could be sent to a treatment facility that has the proper care for those with mental illnesses. Prisons are not given any adequate mental health professionals who are trained to help the mentally ill patients, which creates the asylum perspective. Since prisons cannot give full health care to inmates once they get out of prison, they are more likely to return frequently. This is where the stigma aspect comes in, because society believes that inmates are more than likely to commit another crime, which would result in those individuals being sent back to prison.
Some of the inmates with mental illnesses who have been convicted of lesser crimes, such as drug possession, should be sent to a facility to treat their mental illness rather than sending them to prison. Other individuals who have been committing more serious crimes, such as murder, should be sent to prison but should still be able to receive the proper mental health treatment in prison. So what are some possible solutions to solving the wicked problem of barriers to mental health care in prisons? The first solution is to understand new thinking patterns, which are designed by researchers to address antisocial thinking and behavior patterns by inmates to provide a sense of how mental illnesses are presented in prisons. Once inmates are identified as having a mental illness, the counselors inside the prison can provide the best treatment for that inmate. The second solution is to understand how other alternatives to hospitalization, which would include sending inmates with drug or alcohol offenses to outpatient hospitals so that they can give the inmates the correct treatment they deserve. The third solution would be to try and gather more organizations such as the government to fund more prisons that can give treatment to inmates who are truly suffering from a mental illness, which affects their well-being in the prisons that are becoming the new asylums. We must all take a stand on the barriers to mental health care in prisons to get inmates who need this treatment, and the inmates should be receiving health care due to their mental state. Thank you all for watching.